I think we are officially entering the most dangerous phase of 4X because Blade SP and Aventurine SP are not just new units, they are completely shifting how their paths are supposed to work, and on top of that, we are getting collaboration characters in between. So if you thought you could save peacefully, yeah, that plan is gone. So hello, it's me, your Acheron back again, and today we are breaking down Blade SP and Aventurine SP latest kit info, what makes them so insane, and why these upcoming patches are going to be very hard to survive if you are not planning carefully. Let's start with Blade SP, because this one is honestly the biggest surprise. Blade SP is coming in 4.3, and the first thing that shocked everyone is his path. He is Nihility, not Elation, not a wind hypercarry like people expected. This is a complete curveball, and it changes everything about how we look at his role. Visually, his design is more grounded, more Ronin-inspired, not overly flashy, more like a wandering swordsman. He ties his hair in a high ponytail and uses a katana similar to his original weapon. So design-wise, it still feels like Blade, just evolved. Now his kit is where things get really interesting. His skill is not a single press ability. It's a 3-stage system. First and second casts deal single target damage and also advance his action forward. That means he is cycling turns faster than usual, which is already very strong for a Nihility unit. Then the third cast is the payoff. It launches a whirlwind attack and applies a debuff called Lifted. This debuff slows enemies massively. We are talking around 67% slow, which is insane control. So just from the skill, you can already see the design. Build momentum with the first and second cast, then apply control with the third. Now his ultimate is locked behind that mechanic. You cannot just use it freely. It can only be used when enemies are affected by Lifted. When you use it, it deals massive area damage and does even more damage specifically to enemies that are lifted. So his entire loop becomes very structured. You set up with skill, apply Lifted, then immediately use ultimate to cash out damage while the debuff is active. This is not spam gameplay. This is controlled rotation gameplay. Now his talent is honestly one of the weirdest and most interesting parts. It doubles whatever crit rate he gains, but cuts his crit DMG in half. That sounds bad at first, but it actually tells you something important. He is not designed as a pure damage dealer all the time. On top of that, he gains a shield the first time he is attacked every cycle, and this resets every 2 turns. That gives him survivability without needing heavy sustain. So what is happening here is that Blade SP likely has 2 playstyles. One where he leans into damage with high crit rate consistency, and another where he focuses more on debuff utility and team support through Nihility effects. This matches the idea that he has dual forms. One form pushes damage, the other supports the team by controlling enemies and enabling better damage windows. And then his technique is just fun. He creates a wall of blades, and entering combat through it applies bleed to enemies. So you already start the fight with damage ticking. Now here is where things get even worse for your savings. This patch is also expected to include collaboration characters. Yes, Fate Collaboration Part 2. And the names floating around are Rin and Gilgamesh. So now you are not just choosing between Blade SP and other units, you are also dealing with collab hype. This is not normal patch pressure. This is emotional damage. That's all Blade SP. By the way, I'm doing 15 Express Pass giveaway at 25k subscribers. We are so close to hitting it, so hype the video and subscribe. By the way, here's hit quick sub if you play these games. God of Victory Nikki, Arknights Enfield, Honkai Star Rail Backup, and NTE links in description and comments section. Now let's move to Aventurine SP. Aventurine SP is expected in 4.5, and while we don't have full kit details yet, the core idea is already confirmed. He is Elation, and he is a follow-up attack-based DPS. Now, if you remember the original Aventurine, he was already one of the best follow-up enablers in the game. His entire gameplay was about triggering follow-ups through his mechanics, but that was more of a supportive or hybrid role. Now imagine taking that concept and making it the main damage source. That is Aventurine SP. Instead of enabling follow-ups, he becomes the one dealing damage through follow-ups constantly. That already sounds insane because follow-up mechanics scale extremely well when properly built. Thematically, it also fits him perfectly. High risk, high reward, gambling-style gameplay. And with the 10 Stonehearts storyline continuing in 4X, his character is going to be deeply involved in the narrative. So even without full kit details, we already know his direction. He will be a follow-up carry built around Elation mechanics and likely very satisfying to play. And alongside him, we are also getting Robin SP in 4.5. We don't have her kit yet, but considering her original version is already a strong support, her SP form could easily become a major part of future team compositions. So now let's step back and look at the situation. Blade SP in 4.3, bringing a completely new Nihility playstyle with control and structured damage. Collaboration characters dropping in the same time frame. Aventurine SP in 4.5, becoming a full follow-up damage carry. Robin SP also entering the mix. This is not a calm roadmap. This is constant pressure. And I'm not even going to lie, I'm personally in a serious problem here. I want Blade SP, I want the collaboration characters, and I also want to see what Aventurine SP does. This is the kind of situation where your savings just disappear. So the real question is not which character is strong. The real question is, what can you actually afford to pull? Because if you try to get everything, you are going to regret it. So tell me, what are you planning? Are you going for Blade SP, saving for Aventurine SP, or are you risking everything for the collaboration characters? And if you want a full updated banner roadmap with proper pull planning, let me know in the comments. That's it for today, and as always, peace out.